Hello, 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 everybody. I hope everyone is having a great... I guess technically it's Sunday, but for those of you that are in different time zones from me, that are stuck in the past, it might be, you know, earlier for you, so it might still be Saturday. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing great today. We are drawing today. We're going to work on this drawing here. I might try to do some of the line art here, and then I might fuck around and do some sketching. Or, like, look at the other stuff that I have. Because I have a couple of works in progresses that I could be doing. Or, like, something just simple. But, yeah. So, saw the stream thing from a bit ago. Now I'm hungry. Hell, yeah. Yeah, I went and got food. We have coupons. And then we watched a couple of episodes of Apothecary Diary. Which was pretty good. Except the one guy's really creepy, but, like, it's not the worst thing that's happened in an anime, so, like, I don't know. But he's still a weird freak. But I hope you're having a great night, Bingus. I'm, like, so bad for sticking to my schedule sometimes. Like, I'll make a schedule and then I'm like, I don't want to do it. I just want to, like... Sometimes I just don't want to do it, and then, like, the times that I do want to do it, I'll have technical issues. Like, when my internet was fucking up. Crazy. Yeah, I'm doing good. I, like, ate a big burger and a bunch of Doritos, so... Our big chillin'. My birds are being little crackheads. They were flying around into the living room quite a bit today. And they're being big floor chickens. So. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. That is not a big bag of seed, guys. That's a bag of clothing that I need to go and donate. Stop. They keep trying to chew through the fucking bag. Stop! It's not seed! They're actually, like, obsessed with seeds. I'm trying to, like, convert them to, like, a better diet because they're little fat asses. And I finally have a food processor, so it makes stuff a lot easier. And I can, like, prep things a lot quicker. With a lot less effort. And then I can just put it in the freezer kind of thing. But... yeah, no, they keep trying to chew through the bag. Because they're like, oh, the seed was in a bag. Because I just had the seeds in a bag on the floor. And then they would chew through the fucking corners. So I had to buy a... like, I had to buy a container. Like, a little box to put the seed in. Hello, B1 battle droid. Don't mind me just being a sentient ash in my own home. Understandable. Have a nice day. My birds are being crackheads. I'm being a blob. I've been there before, that's for sure. Where the fuck? Why are you guys directly under my fucking table? What are you doing? My birds are absolutely silly. Moose. I don't like when they crawl right up. I mean, like, it's cute when they do it, but I don't like when they do it because I'm, like, worried I'm gonna run them over or something. I don't want them getting into the habit of running under my chair. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I need frozen snacks, to be honest, if I'm going to survive this burning temperature. If you don't have one and you have money to invest, get a food processor and then buy frozen fruits and just make delicious fruit bowls at home. Because that is what I do. It's great for hot days. And it's tasty. You can make it however you want. I put raspberry and pineapples in mine. Gives it, it's like a nice tang. I heard bird. Yes, I have 2 birds. And they're fucking crackheads. They keep flying at my head. I've been trying to, so what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to target train them. So today I had them flying to my arm and like on top of my head and to the back of my chair and just like trying to train them to go wherever I want them to, kind of thing. So. Give it 3 hours and you'll have a bird's nest on your head. I don't even, like... Obviously, like, budgies make net... Well, yeah, I guess budgies do. I have 2 boy budgies, so... No nest. Hello, raspy dinosaur. How are you doing? I'm drawing a moose right now. Moose are weird to draw, though. Doing great. How about yourself? I'm doing great. Just watching my birds be silly. They keep running around on the ground today, for whatever reason. Not entirely sure why, but... They do be doing it. Actually, I know why. They're fucking looking for seed. But, alas, there's no seed on the ground. They sprinkle a little bit, like, on the table that their cage sits on. Like, on the front part of it. Just so that they have something. But I also, like, I use more pellets as well, so that they peck at the pellets. And now they're actually eating the pellets by themselves, which is a good thing. Because before, they wouldn't eat the fucking pellets. So, they're making good progress. I think I started to see them pick at their chop now, like their chopped veggies, which is a good thing. Fucking, what do moose look like again? Hang on, there was a good reference in here about like the horn positioning. There's a moose. Moose. What do moose antlers look like specifically? Their pattern is like very weird. Some of them are like one connected piece, and then some of them are not. Or maybe it's just like the angle. Yeah, some of these are just like the angle. Some of them are like more connected. And some of them are more, like, spiky. Why are moose antlers like that? Why are they, like flat and together in some spots and spiky in others? It also depends on the moose, apparently. All these moose have different fucking types of antlers. Yeah, it's like fucking spiky, but then it like fans. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Moose antlers. You know what? That's fucking fine. I feel like I should just... Because it looks weird when it's like this. So what if I just do that? But it's not really, like, big enough. I don't fucking know. Whatever. I'll just leave it like that. I don't know. I don't know how to do a moose antler. Moose antlers are weird. Moose are weird. I was talking about this last stream, but moose are very weird looking. They look like a fucking animal that should have died out during the Ice Age. Like, after the Ice Age, rather. Oh, I got like a weird little dangly bit. I like to say meese. I don't care if it's wrong. It just makes sense. Dane Cook reference. That's a Dane Cook reference right there. If I've ever fucking heard one. Unless if you like came to that on your own, which like entirely possible. There's been so many times where like I'll say something and somebody's like, oh, that's a funny reference. And I'm like, no, like... I swear, like, I came up with that. And then they're like, oh, like, XYZ creators said this, like, or like, it happened in this movie. And it's like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, Dane Cook did a whole bit about that. I would play it, but I think, like, YouTube would probably get me for copyright on that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Dane Cook definitely did, like, a bit about that. Actually, I don't know if I would get copyright for that. I probably would. You get copyright strict for anything on YouTube. Like, I know Twitch is, like, also has DMCA policy, but it's a bit different on Twitch, because, like, I can play stuff, and my stream will get shut down. They'll just mute the VOD audio later. So, like, anybody that watches the VOD back, there might be, like, muted parts. But YouTube, on the other hand, will shut your stream down, and then they'll send you a warning, and then they'll be like, take this quiz to find out if you are okay with continuing to uphold our policies or whatever. That's really stinky. Opinions on popsicle? I mean, they're good. What kind of popsicle are we talking about? Generally speaking, yeah, like, I like them. Moose are fucking weird looking, man. Why are moose so weird? If I seen a moose, I would be terrified, but I would be like, why are you weird looking? Oh, just like the solid color ones? I'm partial to any, like, cherry or, like, blue raspberry. Those are, like, my two top flavors for candies or anything like that, usually. Orange is also pretty good, too. Orange is also pretty good. Cream soda is pretty good for, like, freezies and stuff, too, so. Despite their size, they're incredibly stealthy in the woods. Yeah. They're also, like, they can be very aggressive, too. Like, I've seen videos of people, like, going up to, like, a moose. And it's like, why would you, like, what are you doing? They're fucking, like, they're enormous, too. They're very big. Like, I've seen some, like, in pictures and stuff, but you don't really realize how big they are until you're, like, next to one. And the only way to safely do that is if it's a taxidermied one. And, like, I know there's some, like, crazy people that are like, oh, I have a pet bear, and, like, I feed it, and he's fine with me. But it's like, I just keep getting reminded about that one case where the guy was like, yeah, I have a pet bear, and then I, like, fucking mauled him. So, like, I saw somebody do something similar with a moose. Like, there was, like, a mother moose that she was talking to, and it was, like, poking its head, like, in her fucking house, like, her front door, and I was like, holy shit, like, I would not want to be that close to a moose. Not without, like, some sort of protection between me, like, if there was a glass panel, maybe. Organic version equivalent of a truck, this is true. They are massive, dude, they're fucking massive. They're very cool, but yeah, I wouldn't want to fuck with one. I don't feel like getting my ass beat by a fucking moose. But yeah, I saw a video of the lady doing that with a fucking moose, and I was like, girl, you're crazy, like. I don't care how chill that moose seems, it could change at any time and just fuck your shit up. I don't know. I wouldn't trust it. Like, even those videos of people that are like, yeah, I raised this lion from when they were young. And then the lion is just, like, fucking, like, jumping on them and shit. I'm like, ugh. It makes me nervous. I mean, like, you do you, it's your life. But, like... But yeah, I'd take my chances with that than an Australian animal. Yeah, I don't know. There's like, Australia has a lot of scary animals. I feel like Australia is just warm Canada, and Canada is just cold Australia. I have to draw a picture of Typhlosion for my sister because she wants to send something to her pen pal, but I'm probably gonna do a traditional piece because I have a lot of traditional supplies that I don't really use. I might try and fuck around with some watercolor. Anything wants to send you somewhere, even the plants. I think the thing that scares me about like Australia more so than like the animals or the plants is that looks wonky. Is the bugs. Like, Australia's bugs are fucking huge. At least in Canada, it's like, okay, the cold weather prevents large bugs from happening. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I've seen my fair share of big greasy spiders, but they're not on the level of greasy spider that Australia has. So... yeah, but there's a lot of, we have like rattlesnakes in Canada. We got rattlesnakes. We have, you know, poison ivy and stuff. We got a fair share of things. But yeah, no. I'm thankful that we don't have big greasy bugs. And I'm sorry to all the people that are bug lovers The only bugs that I don't really mind are like moths, butterflies, and praying mantises are pretty cool, and then jumping spiders. But aside from that, like, as long as they stay away from me, honestly, like, I don't really like mine. But if a fucking bug flies at my face or jumps at my face, it's an immediate no. They even have their own xenomorph bug in Australia and probably everywhere too. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. I think praying mantises are pretty cool. I like praying mantises. I like orchid mantises. They're really pretty. There's also this, I don't know what type of mantis it is, but it's really spiky and like mean looking. Hawk wasps. Yeah, I don't like giant wasps. Like there's this one video of a dude that is like protecting his beehive from like evil big wasps, and they're like huge. Hang on, I think it might just be called a spiny mantis. No, but that one's really cool actually. Spiny evil mantis, maybe? I don't know what it's called. Or is it- wait, I might be thinking of something different. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe is it called an armored mantis? Maybe? No, this is- why am I having fucking... A bunch of cars just came up. I don't know. Anyways. My favorite weirdest place in the world is called Socotra Island. A large portion of its plant life only goes there, and they're super alien. Dude. Okay, buddy. It's like 1 in the morning. Fucking... Look at this fucking guy. Some people are trying to sleep. Not me. But some people are. No. I like seeing weird types of life, I guess. Whether that be like a plant or like a bug or a fish. Like deep sea fish are freaky looking. But I like looking at pictures of freaky looking stuff, but I would never want to encounter it in real life because I think I would freak out and probably like slap the shit out of it depending on what size it is. If it's a bug, I may slap the shit out of it or I may like scream and run. If it is like something else that's larger, I may not slap it because I don't want to fuck with it and have it fuck me up. But but yeah, I like seeing freaky little creatures. Something about seeing the freaky little creatures. Oh my god. I always enjoyed watching like nature documentaries anytime they were on TV. I know that's like kind of like fucking nerd, but like National Geographic's cool as fuck. Have you seen some of the shit that they like? One of the shows that I used to watch all the time growing up, it was called Monster Bug Wars, I think. And it's actually on YouTube. Like a lot of it is on YouTube. And like it was like so fucking dramatic because they added so many like unnecessary like scary music and sound effects, so it used to low-key give me nightmares as a kid. But it's a great show. Yeah, they have a lot of like the first few seasons. I don't know how many seasons it has, but they have a good chunk of it on YouTube. How many seasons did it have? There's 2 seasons. Have you heard of the growler bear? It's a mix between a grizzly bear and a polar bear, and it's monstrous. I wouldn't want to come across that. Like, grizzly bears are pretty fucked up, and polar bears are also pretty fucked up. Like, they will hunt you down. I like the Discovery Channel, too. Yeah, I'm a nerd for that kind of shit. I don't know. Or, like, just, like, any sort of documentary. I don't know. Like, those, I used to love watching Deadliest Catch. Or, what's the other one? Fucking Yukon Gold and shit. I love watching that shit. What about a panda? I feel like pandas aren't that aggressive. A grizzly bear or a polar bear will definitely fuck you up, though. Like, polar bears are, like, bad where, like, if you don't have a vehicle of some sort and you're just, like, walking out in the middle of nowhere and you encounter one, like, you're pretty much just dead. Because you're not gonna fucking outrun it. Playing dead doesn't work with them. They'll fuck your shit up. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh shit, they added more ba-da-da-da-da-da-das.
Oh, Silverback.
Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. I used to have an addiction to watching Monster Bug Wars. Dude, that shit was rocked. So did, 1,000 Ways to Die. I feel like everybody in my generation has at least one episode that they were fucking traumatized by, and that they gave them nightmares. I don't know why. My mom had problems with me watching shit like Family Guy or like South Park as a kid, but then she's like, yeah, you can watch Forensic Files, or like you can watch 1,000 Ways to Die, like it's fine. It's like, alright, cool. So like stupid like sex jokes are a big no-no, but like violent descriptions of like people dying in horrible ways and like crimes, like literal like crime scene shit, totally fine, not a problem. I mean, whatever, like, I liked watching that shit, but, like, I wanted to watch South Park and stuff, too, and Robot Chicken, and my mom never let me. But, when we were kids, we would go to my dad's house, and we would watch the forbidden shows there, my sister and I. So, we still got to watch them anyways, albeit not as much as we wanted to. Plus, like, YouTube. I would go to like my neighbor's house and watch YouTube on their computers because we had dial-up for the longest time. So I would go to my friend's house instead because they had high-speed internet and I didn't have to wait 2 hours to watch a video on YouTube. My sister would fall asleep to serial killer documentary. Deep down I was slightly scared. My favorite episode is where a baby scorpion defeated a pirate spider. I think I know what episode of Monster Bug Wars you're talking about. They had like I think it was like an armored katydid or some shit. It looked really freaky. Or maybe it was like a mantis of some sort. I don't know. It looked really freaky, but it was really cool looking. I can't say it, like, I can't really fall asleep if I'm listening to stuff. Like, there's people that I know that are like, yeah, like, I fall asleep listening to music, and I'm like, I don't know how you do that, because there's no, like, maybe it's because I'm a side sleeper, but I could never find a way to comfortably have my earbuds in while laying down. And, like, an actual headset is a no-no. I can't play, I've tried playing it on, like, quietly on, like, a speaker or something. It doesn't work for me. I could never do it personally. I don't know how other people do it. Or like my mom falls asleep with the TV on, and I can never do that. If there's any light that I can see, even if it's just like a night light, I can't sleep. So I wear a sleep mask when I sleep. But the sleep mask that I originally got it's like white. So, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to like, it's supposed to let some light in because it's supposed to, you know, help you still, like, it's supposed to help you sleep while still, you know, not fucking up your sleep schedule, your like natural rhythm, your internal clock or whatever. And I had to sew like a piece of dark fabric on the inside because it was just not working for me. A Sydney funnel web versus a wolf spider. Quite a quick but good battle. There was like an orb weaver spider versus like some other fucking spider. That was pretty cool too. Yeah, no, I loved that show as a kid. I thought it was sick. I still think it's sick, honestly. I like that they have a bunch of the episodes on YouTube. Same thing with Forensic Files. Forensic Files has a lot more, episodes, though, on, like, seasons. But, like, the first, like, 6 seasons, I think, are available on YouTube. Hello, birds. I think spiders can actually hiss. Some can, for sure, but like a lot of, I'm pretty sure all of the sounds that they used in that show were not real. Or like, at least very exaggerated. But I do remember having nightmares from that show a little bit as a kid. I don't know how to fucking draw hands. That looks like shit. I was just about to hit delete and like delete the entire fucking thing, but that's not what we want to do here. Hang on. Hang on, y'all. I wish I had a coffee cup that I could hold. Holding takeout coffee cup. These are all from the wrong angle. God. I wish I had a fucking coffee cup and then I would just take a picture of it myself, but I don't have a fucking coffee cup. Oh, this is kind of closer to what I want. Here we go. That's kind of more what I want. Except the fucking goes up. Okay. Time to get one, I guess. Yeah, I don't even think there's any coffee places open right now. Actually, no, that might be. The one place might be, but I don't want to go get coffee because it's 1 in the morning, so I'm not going to drink the coffee. I don't think they would just, well, I could get a tea, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave to get a tea because I have tea at home, but. That's some good water. I think a coffee place exclusively open late at night. Hey, there's people that work midnights. I used to work midnights for a while. I used to work midnights for a while. It fucking sucked. That shit sucked ass, I'm not gonna lie. But it was kind of nice because there was less customers, but we did, the place that I worked at, we had like a 3 a.m. rush, which fucking sucked ass. Because it's like, okay, I'm already like trying to do everything that needs to be done for the morning shift. And, yeah, it just wasn't great. Oh my lord. We're just gonna do it slightly different though, because like it's at a slightly different angle. That's good enough. For a fucking rough part of it. Sounds to be right, yeah. Honestly, like, I kind of miss drinking coffee, but if I'm gonna drink coffee again, I'd rather... There's, like, this specific brand that I actually really like. But I don't have a coffee machine. And I don't think they do, like, instant coffee. I don't know. But I prefer tea, so... I do, every once in a while, I do enjoy getting a coffee, though. I definitely prefer coffee if I'm, like... If I'm doing, like, oh, like, I'm drinking coffee and then I'm eating a dessert with the coffee. Like, the bitterness and the sweetness is, like, nice. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Excuse me. Sometimes night shifts is kind of special because it's really calm and preferably lonely when you want to think about things by yourself. Yeah. When I was working night shift, it wasn't too bad. But like I said, we had the fucking 3 a.m. shift. The like rush that would happen, which kind of sucked. I didn't like the 3 a.m. rush, but... The rest of it was chill, and it just sucked because, like, a lot of my coworkers that worked there at the time were really fucking shitty. There was only one guy that I actually liked working with, but he ended up quitting because he got a different job. And I was so sad when he quit. I was like, you're gonna fucking leave me alone with these people? And he was like, I'm sorry. Thank you. But yeah, I like jobs where I don't really have to interact with people, preferably. I am good at, like, the whole, like, small talk stuff, especially with the older crowd. Like, I dealt with a lot of boomers and stuff at my last job, so I would always crack stupid jokes. But they fucking ate that shit up every time. I like jobs where I can interact with people because sometimes, like, crazy shit happens and it makes for, like, good stories. Oh my god. But, being around people all the time drains me a lot as somebody that is, like, I'm introverted at heart, so I get very drained when I have to deal with people. But yeah. From a store I used to work at, has a night called Star Wars Night in every May. Probably on the 4th, I'd imagine. Like, may the 4th be with you. Oh my god. May 4th and Revenge of the 6th. Fair enough. Unfortunately, none of my jobs ever did like cool shit like that. Return of the July. A coworker dressed up as Darth Revan and the other dressed up as Darth Nihilus, I think is how that's pronounced. Forgive me, I don't really know all of the names of the Star Wars. I haven't watched Star Wars. I've tried watching parts of it, but it was, I don't know. Just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not one for sci-fi. Like, I think I've already talked about this in a stream before, but I like sci-fi horror, but I don't know. I don't like Star Trek either. Maybe it's just like the pacing. It might just be the pacing, because I've watched like sci-fi anime and it's been fine. So maybe it's just the pacing. I don't know. Correct on the pronunciation. All right, cool. I'm usually dog shit at pronouncing stuff, but sometimes I get it right. Just sometimes. I mean, Star Wars does canonly have a zombie virus. Probably. There's a lot of, like, shit in the Star Wars universe. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like the pacing for the shows. My boss gave out free cookies. Little dumb dark side cookies. Well, at least it's a fun little, like, office event. Or, like, workplace event, rather. I don't know if you work in a fucking office or not. Story. Anyways, I got a lot of stories to share if you want to listen. Yeah, go right ahead. I always love hearing other people's work stories, honestly. During our break time, my coworker jumped onto another when I said hello there. And they go, channel B. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I've accidentally scared my one, like, old coworker, like, a billion times. 'Cause she's scared very easily. And, she's also, like, partially deaf in one ear, too. So, like, I guess I walk quiet. 'Cause there's been times where, like, I've walked up behind Jimmy and accidentally scared him. And then there's a lot of times I do it on purpose. But, I've definitely had people tell me that I would, like, walk quiet. They're like, oh my god, you just, like, appeared out of nowhere. I was like, my bad, big dog. They grabbed anything to use as lightsabers and we did a lightsaber duel. That sounds like fun. Damn, it's almost been an hour already. I don't even know how to, like... Best moments of my life, I'll tell you that. Hell yeah. I have some special power to where I can casually walk into a room or around someone and they'll genuinely jump. Yeah, I've definitely had that a few times. That looks weird. I just realized how big this fucking cup is. Holy shit. Hang on. Hang on, y'all. We're probably gonna have to draw over top of this again because it's not gonna fucking do its thing. Hand needs to be way smaller. I think my boss dressed up as Magna Guard during Halloween. Hell yeah. Another power of mine is knowing when food arrives at my door. That's a pretty good power. How do I want to, like, draw this? I don't know how I want this to... Maybe we do this. I don't know if I have any powers. Being fucking stupidly hot. Oh man. Way butter. Delicious. And also this night we have to speak Roger all night long. I once went to a Halloween party as Walter White. It was worth every month to follow just to see their faces when they realized I wasn't wearing a bald cap. I wanted Jimmy and I wanted to do Jesse and Walter. At one point. We probably should do that at some point. I could just like I could totally do like the Jesse Pinkman. Why does this sound? Oh, it's Chrono Trigger. I thought this was a Sonic remix. I actually shaved, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. I feel like the actual cup part needs to be shrunk down more. Yes, I bought blue Pop Rocks and hand them out in little bag pills. That's pretty good. So I saw somebody made like a... I think they did it for Halloween as well, but they made like the meth out of melted sugar. And then they just like added blue food dye to it. Oh my god, I have to finish Better Call Saul. Jimmy and I started it and we got like almost all the way. I think we have like 2 episodes left in the last season and we still haven't watched them. Hi, Cher. What are you doing on my chair? What are you doing? You coming to hang out? He's on the back of my chair right now. He's being a little cutie pie. He's my ripe little blueberry bird. And 6 is a toasted marshmallow. Yeah, you're a toasted marshmallow, buddy. How do you feel about that? You look like you're about to fly at my head. I was right. He did fly. I don't know if you guys can hear like the wing flaps. That's why this stream is titled the way it is. My hands still look kind of funky, but I think it's good enough, honestly. Maybe we'll like make this a little bit longer. Did you know owls fly completely silently? I did know that. Owls are very cool. Honestly, all birds are really cool, but owls are especially cool. Vultures are also really cool because they have like very strong stomach acid. That's why they're able to eat like rotting flesh compared to, you know, humans, because their stomach is very acidic. Their stomach acid is very acidic. Did you know that the end of a drawstring or a shoelace, this little piece here, is called an egglet? It has a name. My birds are acting crazy right now. Why are you guys acting so crazy right now, huh? Huh, chickens? What are you doing? What are you doing on the rocking chair? You better be careful down there. I don't want to accidentally run you over with my chair. Are you under my chair right now? No, you're at the back. Okay. What are you two doing? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like I'm the weird one. These fucking birds, man. These freaking birds, man. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Little crackhead birds. You know, it's fine though. They're getting some exercise by walking around on the ground. Albeit not as much as when they're flying, so I've been trying to encourage them to fly around more via target training. So they enjoy doing that because they get to eat seed. But I make them work for it. I'm happy that they're like finally eating the pellets that I got them, because the pellets I got them are not cheap. And before they wouldn't even touch them. I had to like grind it up into a fine dust. Thank you for reminding me to save my art, stupid slots. I hope you're having a great night. You guys still aren't behind me, are you? Okay, I don't see the birds underneath me. I'm pretty sure if I was moving around like that, they'd piss off pretty quick anyway. Like they normally do. That is not the color that I want. Or the layer. I keep looking for my birds. Because they're crawling around right now and they're being super cute. And I love when they do that. Super cute. Super cute stuff. What? What are you beeping at? He do be beeping. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Nasty. I can't listen to shit like this while I'm driving. I will speed. I mean, I'll totally go the legal limit. Imagine being like a race car driver and then you get to listen to this shit while you're racing. I know you probably can't because it's like... Actually no, because this is a remix, so it would totally not fall under copyright. If I were a race car driver, I'd listen to shit like this. Rainbow was/is the bane of my existence. This might be controversial, but I actually like Rainbow Road. I know it's like considered like the hard one, but I don't know. I like the vibe of being in outer space. The only thing that sucks, in my opinion, is when you're playing against people online, and then they fucking hit you off the side of Rainbow Road, and it takes 8 years to fucking recover because it's Rainbow Road, so you have to fall through the fucking Earth's atmosphere first before you can get brought back. That was the only thing that I didn't like about it. But oh goodness gracious me. I used to like, I loved the Mario Kart 7 one for the DS, the 3DS. Wait, what is the fucking, hang on. What does the goose beak look like? Hang on. You. Okay. Wario Pinball's another one of my favorites. I was the king of the night highway one. I played on the Wii. I fucking hate that one. That one actually pisses me off. There's so much shit on the road. I won't lie though, that, like, Toad's Turnpike is one of the ones where it's like, if you manage to not get hit into the, like, other, like, oncoming traffic, then it's good. But I have trauma from playing on that map and, like, oh, you think you're doing good, and then some fuckhead comes up behind you with a fucking shell, or, God forbid, a fucking star, or a bullet bill, and then you get knocked. Not only do you get knocked by the guy that has the fucking star or the bullet bill, but you're also getting flattened by the fucking, like, NPC cars on the map, which just, like, it's just a fuck around. It's just a fuck around. I hate that shit. Too many times where I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good, and then, like, fucking Billy Badass comes up my asshole and fucking knocks me off course with his fucking star. And then I'm flattened by 6 fucking trucks. And then I'm fucking hit with the lightning strike. And then, you know, some asshole comes up and has fucking red shells too, because why not? And then somehow, even though I'm not in first place, I still get hit by a fucking blue shell. Anyways. The mall is just goated though. Yeah, Coconut Mall is actually like a super goated circuit. Or like a racetrack, I mean. Super goated. Coconut Mall is one of those ones where it feels like it's a fair fight. Like there's no shit fucking with you other than the like actual players on the map. Still can't drift to save my life. I feel like I'm pretty good at... I'm, like, decent at drifting. Although, okay. So, like, I thought I was fucking goated at, like, Mario Kart. And then one time in high school, I had a sleepover at my friend's place. And he fucking kicked my ass and everybody else's ass. It actually sucked. I was, like, actually upset. I was like, man, I thought I was fucking good. I just wasn't playing against the pros. One of my favorite, tracks is Mushroom Gorge. That one's sick. Until you fall off into the fucking mushroom abyss. But that's why it's called Mushroom Gorge. Yeah, I love that one. That one's sick. DK Jungle is also one of my favorite ones as well. I like DK Jungle a lot. There's one that's like, I can't remember if it was for the NES or like what it was, but it was like the Boo House. That one's sick, but I feel like it's an annoying track, but it's such a sick one too at the same time. Caps, sorry, didn't mean. Yeah, you're good. Go crazy with the caps, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, that one is sick. Oh yeah, guys, I'm going on a camping trip soon, by the way, so there's gonna be like a weekend where I'm not gonna be streaming. Just a heads up, y'all. I'm only gonna be gone for like a day, I think. Sounds fun. Yeah, I haven't been camping in a hot minute, so I have to go get like a tent and everything. But I forgot that like May is pretty much done, so I'm like shit. And I gotta bring like food and stuff, so I'm gonna probably prep some sandwiches or something. Maybe a salad. Perhaps. Oh, I can bring some potatoes, and because it's like, oh, I can bring some potatoes, and because it's a campsite, I can make baked potatoes in the fire. Oh my god. Hell yeah. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to get a tent and some sleeping bags. I would go camping more often if it wasn't so freaking hot. Yeah, that's fair. You could always just bring like a spray bottle full of cold water. I don't know, we're gonna bring our cooler. I'm definitely bringing some delicious drankies. I also enjoy fire as well. We're definitely gonna have to get some, like, marshmallows. Maybe I'll bring, like, a pack of hot dogs or sausages or something. Texas summers suck, yeah. Canadian summers also kind of suck. Like, we don't get the straight heat that you guys do, but we, like, at least where I am, it's like very high humidity, so yeah, it might not be like 100 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever, but like it feels like it is because of the humidity. And then because it's humid out, like you're more likely to get heat exhaustion because, you know, humans sweat, so that way when the sweat dries off it cools you down. But in humid heat, that doesn't, it just, like, negates your sweat, basically, so, yeah. How hot does it get? Let me do the conversion rates. I don't know. Let me see. Celsius to Fahrenheit. I mean, like, at the hottest, it gets to be like 86. Anywhere from 77 to 86. 25 to 30 for everybody else. But, like I said, the humidity makes it feel a lot hotter. So, it's not, yeah, like, it's not, like, fucking disgustingly, like, your skin is still gonna hurt, because, like, UV rays and whatnot, but you're not gonna, like, burn as quick, I would say, but you will get heat exhaustion. Like, the thing about Canadian heat is that you can literally be in an air-conditioned home and you'll still be sweating because of the humidity. So unless if you have a dehumidifier, you're gonna be having a bad time. Like, I'm happy because my mom gave me, like, her old dehumidifier because we were just running the AC unit in the window and, like, the fan on and everything. And it was still dog shit, man. It was awful. But I'm not as sensitive to it anymore. So I used to work in a greenhouse at one point. And it would get pretty hot in the... It would get really hot in the, the greenhouse. Like, there was times where it was 113, 45 for normal people. It would get up to that, and then you would also have, like, 80% humidity on top of it. They ended up, like, having to buy these, like, special electrolyte freezies. Because people would be dying of, like, heat stroke. Well, not dying, but we had a couple people, like, collapse. Most of them were, like, temporary workers, unfortunately. But they're, like, people on temporary work visas, so they don't get as much rights as we do. But yeah, like, a couple of them collapsed. Yeah, so, it was pretty fucking bad. But I liked having the free electrolyte freezies. Those are really tasty, actually. I'm excited for, like, actual summer weather to hit. Because it was actually nice out not long ago. And then, did my music stop? Oh, no. Okay, never mind. We're good. It was nice out a while ago, but now it's, like, kind of cooler, unfortunately. It's, like, 7 degrees Celsius right now, which is 45 Fahrenheit. But after May 24, we should be good. I want to go to the beach. But it's too cold to go to the beach right now. The water hasn't had a chance to warm up. And if I'm gonna go in cold water, I'd rather just jump into the river and then get out immediately so I can dry off a bit and like get too hot and then jump in the cold water again and repeat kind of thing. But the beach, like the beach is nice, but like you can't just like, there's no place that you can just like jump in and then quickly climb back out. You have to like walk in. So yeah. Oops. Piss off. Yeah, I'm like a walking furnace. I need the cold to survive in the heat. I'm the opposite. I'm an ice cube. I like, so ironically, like, even though I run cold, I prefer colder weather because as much as I enjoy the sunshine, I also, like, if I have to choose between being too hot or being too cold, I'd rather be too cold because it's easier to warm up than it is to cool down, in my opinion. Like, there's only so much that you can do to cool down, and then, like, sometimes it's not even enough. Like, sure, I could go take a cold shower, but then I'll just get hot again in, like, 10 minutes. If I'm too cold, I can just, like, put on 80 different sweaters and I'll be okay. Jimmy's the opposite of me, though. He's a furnace, so he likes it a lot colder. He always gets, well, he doesn't get mad at me, but like my feet get really cold and so do my hands. So I'll use him as my personal foot and hand warmer. I'll like crawl into bed and then I'll just put my feet on him and he's like, oh, because my feet are really cold. I think I just have dog shit circulation. That's partly my own fault. I'm not as like fit as I used to be. Every once in a while, I'll have what I like to call floor time, though. And it's like when I put out my yoga mat and I just kind of like lay on the floor and like roll around and like do random stretching, like whatever just happens to feel good. I think that kind of helps a bit. But when the nicer weather comes, I'm definitely going to be walking more. I went for a walk, like, quite a bit the 1 week that it was nice. I do kind of miss, like, because I used to live further up north. I do kind of miss having, like, 6 feet of snow, though. Yeah, it's because our internal body temperature is, like, higher on average is why. Or it's not necessarily why, but like it's one of the like reasons, I guess. I don't know. We use less of our blood to keep our organs warm in order, or in our limbs warm, so that way we can keep our internal organs warmer. Or some shit like that, I don't know. I remember watching a video that explained it a bit, but that's why I'm trying to put on a bit more chonk. Sorry, I'm not always fucking cold, but it seems like it doesn't matter if I put chonk on or not, because it doesn't keep me any more warm. I've definitely put on more weight though, which is good because, okay, I saw a photo of myself from like 4 years ago, and I was like, was actually shocked. I was like, holy fuck, like, I was that skinny? Nobody told me that I looked like a fucking skeleton? I was actually like shocked. Crazy how big a difference, like, being in my own space where I feel, like, safe can do to you. Oh my god, I actually... before I quit my last job, one of, like, the regulars was like... she asked me if I was pregnant. And then when I was like, no, she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, you're fucking good. Like, I'm not offended. But, yeah, no, that was kind of crazy. I was like, wow. Kind of crazy that she just, like, asked that. I was like, I mean, like... I was honestly just shocked that they fucking asked that. I was like, that's kind of crazy that you just asked that. But... okay. I didn't think I gained that much weight. Like, I've definitely gained weight, but... I don't think I look pretty. Maybe it was, like, my stance. I have really bad posture from drawing and, like, being a gamer. As a man, I fear assuming that. I always am, like, wary to, like, assume something about somebody. In terms of, like, how they look. The only time I'm not afraid to assume something is when somebody's being a dickhead. And then I'll make all the assumptions that I want, and then I'll roast the shit out of them. But, like, when it's just, like, somebody... on the street or whatever, or like somebody like in an establishment, like I don't give a fuck. I'm very excited to go camping. We're gonna bring some card games with us. We have this one card game called like Taco, Puck, Canoe, Maple Syrup. And it's like a deck of cards. There's a bunch of different cards in it, and like you have to go around the table and like put your fucking cards down. I don't know how to explain it. So like you have all these different cards and you have to like you get like a set of like I think 10 cards or something to start. And you don't look at them. You keep them face down in your hand and you go around the circle and you have to flip a card over and put it in the center and go Taco, Puck, Canoe, Maple Syrup, whatever. And you have to do it in that order. And then if the word that you're saying matches the card that you put down, you have to put your hand on top in the middle, and then the last person to put their hand on top in the middle has to take all the cards. And then there's like a couple of other cards like bear, moose, and beaver. And if you get one of those cards, there's like a specific action that you have to do with each animal. And the last person that like fucks it up, it's either the person that fucks it up or like the last person to do the action associated with the animal has to pick up the cards in the middle. And the goal is to get rid of your hand. Whoever gets rid of their hand first wins. And it's one of those games that can get very rowdy very quickly. It's kind of like similar to Spoons. If anybody's familiar with Spoons. The birds are being crackheads again. Interesting. I know Spoons. Yeah, Spoons is, we had that banned from my school because kids would get so rowdy playing it. So they ended up banning it. We also got Cat's Cradle banned from our school, which is like a string game, for those of you that aren't familiar with it. I don't know how to explain it. Let me like find a fucking... So, Cat's Cradle, normally, like, there's different levels of this game, but normally you would start with this. And you would grab... There's, like, a couple different ways to do certain things. Oh my god. There's a couple different ways... Jesus Christ. There's a couple of different ways to do the same one. But you would, like, pinch. So, like, you would pinch with one finger here, one finger here, one finger here, one finger here. And then you would pull this, like, whole, like, section. And this one as well. You would pull them out and around. And then you would, like, put them down. And then it would make, like, a new knot on your hand. And there's, like, there's a bunch of different ones. I kind of just drew little dicks. Oops. I didn't mean to draw dicks. Anyways... yeah, so, Cat's Cradle, we got it banned because there would be a bunch of us playing, and then, like, the string would break, or, like, somebody would fucking lose the string that we would play with. So, of course, being stupid little stinky dumb students, actually, you know what, it's debatable whether we were stinky and dumb for this, but, anyways, we would end up, like, stealing yarn from, like, the craft supplies. And they ended up banning it because, they were like, you guys are using too much of the yarn. So they banned it from our school, which was dumb. I didn't mean to draw dicks. Do I like creepy stories? Yeah. I enjoy horror content. I like spooky little creepy little things. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Oh goodness. You should check out Creepcast and Mr. Ballin. Alright, sounds good. I'll definitely check it out. Actually, okay, so on the topic of like kind of creepy stuff, except it's like kind of more scary because it's actually like real shit. There's this one YouTube channel that I subscribe to. It's called 𝙲𝚽𝙽𝚃𝚂. You probably have seen like memes of this guy actually, but he makes like YouTube videos based off of like a bunch of different cases, like real life cases that have happened, and he like explains like how the body is like breaking down and shit, and it's sick because you learn stuff, and then also it's kind of scary because it's like, oh, actually real stuff. Or kind of on like a similar note, there's this one show. I don't know if it's still like a thing, but it's called Monsters Inside Me, and it was a show all about like different parasites and stuff. And that show used to freak me the fuck out. I remember there was like one episode about a guy that had like a fish swim up into his pee hole. But yeah, shows like that are like, don't get me wrong, like I love like, oh, like paranormal shit, but like the stuff that's like actually like for realsies is so much scarier. Oh my god. Like I don't know why, but like the thought of like, I don't know, like a bug or something like being under my skin, like botflies scare me. Yeah, there's some crazy parasites and viruses that are just nightmare fuel. Dude, the scariest thing that is like medically like, it's not like a parasite or a virus. Prion disease. Prion disease is fucking scary. If you don't know what that is, don't look it up because like you'll have a fucking breakdown. But it's basically like a disease that like fucks with your DNA, and there's no cure for it, and like it's not something that you can like really prevent. So like with normal like bacteria, you can like cook food to get rid of bacteria. So like for example, you can boil water to make sure that it's safe to drink. But for prion disease, you can't fucking do anything, because even if you cook stuff, like you can't sanitize from you can't sanitize anything from like prions. So like people that study prion disease, all of the material that like all of the tools and stuff that come in contact with like a person that is infected with it, it has to be incinerated. Like they can't. They can't use it anymore because there's no way to sterilize it afterwards. Like, I think mad cow disease is a type of prion disease that affects specifically cows, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, mad cow disease is a prion disease. But there's like, there's like human prion disease, which is really scary. Like, imagine you're just chilling and then like one day you eat like tainted meat or something. Or like somebody doesn't label something correctly and then you just, your life is just gone. You have to look into that. You've heard of mad cow before. Yeah, prion disease is very scary. I think there's one that's like specifically for deer as well. Chronic wasting syndrome or something, I think it's called. It makes the deer like run around in circles basically until it dies of exhaustion. I wonder if vampirism is one? I have no idea. I don't think so. I think vampirism is like I think that's like an extreme psychological condition. Because, like, vampirism is not, like, the body needing it. It's, like, the person thinking that they need it for whatever reason, I believe. But yeah, there's some crazy shit that goes on. Or, what else? I don't know. There's just, like, a lot of, like, diseases and conditions that are very scary. And, like, I don't know how to cope with them existing sometimes. Insomnia can get terrifying. Oh yeah, there's like a type of insomnia. It's like familial something insomnia, and it basically, it's like the extreme case of insomnia where like your body literally like won't allow you to fall asleep and then you just lose your mind. Did you know that there is one guy that like went and trapped himself in a fucking dark cave and then he like lost all sense of reality and time and then he was staying up for like 24 hours or more at a time and he like didn't need to sleep as much because, well, maybe it's not so much that he didn't need to sleep as much, but his biological clock was so fucked from being in a cave where he couldn't tell what time it was that he like went like almost insane. There was like a YouTube video that I watched about it. It was like a long ass YouTube video. It was very interesting. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit that can happen just like randomly. Or like another thing that's really weird with like medical shit is like sometimes like in utero there will be like twins in utero and then like one of the twins like absorbs the other. But then like later on in life the person's like twin is still like growing inside of them. Obviously, like, not to, like, the full extent, but, like, they've done, like, surgeries on people where they've found, like, half-formed, like, fetuses inside a person. And it's their twin that they absorbed in the womb, which is fucking insane. So creepy. Or, like, ectopic pregnancies are scary, too. Like, the fact that, like... Because if you didn't know, I didn't know this until, like, last year, but... the ovaries are not actually, like, connected to the fallopian tubes. The fallopian tubes just kind of have, like, little fingers that, like... It'll grab the egg once it comes out of the ovary. And, like, because of that, there's a chance that a pregnant, like, a viable embryo could implant itself elsewhere in the body instead of the uterus. So, like, some people have had babies, like, half develop in, like, their liver or some shit, or, like, another part of their body. Which is so scary. That's so, like, ugh. Ugh. It's weird. Because, yeah, like, otherwise, like, there wouldn't be a... Like, if the fallopian tubes are actually connected, there would be no way for the egg to implant itself elsewhere other than inside the fallopian tube, which also is still an issue, but... I had an idea where a virus enters the host, memorizing its habits and patterns in all aspects, and the longer it's in, the more perfect it can act as the host after it dies. I feel like there's already been media that's kind of explored that. Or, like, along the similar lines. There's, like, I forget what the parasite is called, but there's, like, a parasite that affects, slugs. And it doesn't, like, mimic the, you know, proper behavior for, like, a snail or whatever. But it, like, grows, the parasite will, like, grow into the fucking snail's eye and will, like, puppet the snail to make itself get eaten by a bird so the parasite can spread more. Or, there's, like, a fungus called cordyceps, and it turns ants into zombies. It, like, takes over their entire nervous system. But yeah, I think there's oh, I know what the fucking thing is that I'm thinking of. There's an anime / manga called Parasite the Maxim. And it's exactly what you described. If you haven't seen Parasite the Maxim before, I'd recommend watching it. I fucking love that anime. That anime is a banger. And the soundtrack fucking slaps, too. The soundtrack is really good for that, anime. Parasite the Maxim is actually such a fucking good anime. I would say it's one of my favorites. didn't even draw the eye on this one. What am I doing, dude? Or like skinwalkers are a thing. Except skinwalkers aren't like a virus, but... I always thought that kind of shit was like freaky. Like anything that's like, oh, it can perfectly like mimic you kind of thing. Like I don't like that. I don't like it. My music, no! How dare you? Yes, I'm still listening. How dare you insinuate that I'm not listening to these absolute bops right now, bro? I have to write some more in my comic. I need to, like, write a more rough, like, order of events so that way I can, like, kind of write towards them. Ugh. What's my comic about? It's like a fantasy... It's like a fantasy type fucking comic. I don't know how to explain the plot because, like, I don't really have, like, a solid, like, plot written out. I kind of just have, like, ideas, and I started, like, writing a couple of chapters about it. I basically just made the comic so that I could have all of my OCs in one world and have them interact. Because I've always wanted to make a comic with my own characters and stuff. Basically, there's like a bunch of different... Well, like, because it's a fantasy, it's like there's a bunch of different races. Monsters are a thing, and like they're hunted for money. Humans are like almost wiped out because of because there was a portal that opened. It's like set on Earth but like super far into the future. But it was like basically like a portal opened that allowed all of this like magic shit to happen on Earth. And then because of that portal opening, there was like a fuck ton of catastrophes, and then like after the catastrophes like stopped happening, like the catastrophes already like wiped out a bunch of humans because it was on a scale that was like never before seen kind of thing. So a lot of humans died then, And then, like, because, like, different races entered the world at the same time, like, these races are either just, like, more athletically adept, or they have, like, literal magical powers. Humans were also, like, wiped out by, like, turf wars, basically, between these ones. Oh, and I forgot to mention that, like, when this portal opened, like, electricity and, like, a lot of human technology got, like, became obsolete because, like, it didn't work anymore. So it's like post-apocalyptic Earth, but it's, like, fantasy. And, it's all, like, one continent, so, like, there's not multiple continents. It's, like, a Neo-Pangea type deal. I have a better, like, write-up about it on my character hub if you wanted to read it. And it goes through, like, a brief, like, world history and, like, how all the different races and stuff. I might, like, add a couple of other races, too, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I still have to figure out, like, again, like, because I have some, like, rough ideas for, like, different, like, story arcs that I want to do. But I haven't written out, like, a slightly more detailed, like, this happens, and then this happens. But I have, like, the first, like, introduction bit written. I haven't bothered, like, trying to draw any of it yet. Just because, I don't really want to start drawing a bunch of stuff unless if I have more written. But yeah. In my world, like, humans are hunted for their DNA because their DNA is better for making, like, magical potions and shit. So, like, on top of all the other shit that, like, fuck them up, a lot of them are, like, being sold into, like, slavery. Yeah. I have to shout out my one old coworker, because he was, like, the only person that was, like, actually interested in listening to me yap about my story and, like, kind of help me figure out stuff. Because I was like, I kind of want to do, like, fantasy stuff, but, like, I don't know. And he's like, well, like, how does your magic work? And, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, he helped me, like, talk it out. So, shout out to Ian. It's funny, too, because you wouldn't expect him to, like, want to help with that. Because I think he was, like, Amish or something. So it was kind of weird that he was, like, willing to talk about, like, or maybe he was just, like, Mormon. I don't know. He was like something like that. But I was surprised that he wanted to listen to me talk about that because, like, I thought that was against their beliefs or something. I don't know, but he was pretty cool. Maybe he wasn't, like, Amish or something, but he definitely, like, gave that vibe off that he was Amish. I don't think he would be working at the place where we were working if he was Amish, though. I don't think. I don't know. Anyways. Yap as much as you want. I love hearing other people's ideas. Yeah, I literally just wanted... I really just wanted to write a story, and I wanted a world that I could put all my OCs in, so that's, like, the main reason why I made it. But yeah, I still have no idea what to call it. Right now it's just called Project Starberry for the time being until I can figure out a fucking actual name for it. But yeah, I did, like, a better summary write-up on my character hub. Some of the, like, races are, like, shit that's from, like, up, like... So I have, like, a race that's called Starling, and, like, you could technically be like, yeah, like, it's just a fucking elf. Which, like, they kind of are, but, like, I wanted to call them something different. What's a Character Hub? Character Hub is a website that you can, like, post your, characters and, like, story worlds and, like, other stuff. It's mainly for, like, artists if they want to post, like, it's a good place to, like, put all of your characters, basically, if you have a lot of characters, kind of thing. And you can add, like, info about them and, like, their color palette and whatnot. It's like Toy House, similar to Toy House, if you know what that is. Can't say I do. Yeah, it's just, it's where people post their characters. Like, character sheets and information. It's for posting OCs or fan characters or what have you. Yeah, it's a nice website because it gives me a lot of ideas of, like, things to think about for my characters. You can add, like, stats and stuff and, like, a bunch of other shit. What else can you post? You can do my characters, my story worlds, my parties. You can sell adoptables. You could probably find sorry, my brain is... You could probably find like roleplay partners on this website too, if that's your thing. Can I add a character here? Oh, I can. But yeah, I really like this. Here, I'll post the link in chat in case you wanted to read the, like, more in-depth description. And it has all, like, the different races that I'm currently... Shit. My fucking tablet pen! Oh. Yeah. Oh, I gotta fucking work on it more. I've been lazy. I've been fucking gaming too much. I've also been working on my, I'm making like a 2D VTuber model as well, so... What? heard a bird flying. Are you behind me, Cher? I don't think he's behind me. I don't see him. I think if he was under me, he would fly away by now. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe he's out visiting Jimmy. Oh. Oh, you were... Okay. You were up top there. Okay. I thought I heard you fly behind me. What is my little blueberry chicken doing, huh? The song is kind of a banger. What freaking song is this? That's a good one. Thank you, Roboctopus, for this banger. You went crazy with it. What? Great idea. Delicious. Oh, water tastes so much better when it's coming from like a metal lined tin container. Whoa. So good. It tastes so much better than if it's in like a plastic container. If it's in a glass container, it's pretty good too, but I don't have... The only like glass containers that I have are like glasses, but if I'm drinking water, I drink more than a glass. I'd rather just have like a big thing of water rather than just a small glass. Because then I'll just drink the whole glass, and then I'm like, fuck, I have to get up to get more. And then I don't want to get up to get more, and then I just don't drink water. And that's not good. Someone told me they don't have those red Solo cups in Canada, UK. No, we have red Solo cups in Canada. We 100% have red Solo cups. Hondo P. I don't know about the UK though. That could very well be the case in the UK. But no, we definitely have red Solo cups. Although honestly, like rare, like maybe it's just because I don't go to like parties and like never really have. But usually like the events that I've been to, like if there's alcohol, they just either serve it right from the bottle or they pour it in a glass for you. Like an actual glass. I've never been to a house party though, so like... Actually, that's a lie. I have been to a couple house parties. But again, at the house parties, like, you are usually given like an actual glass. What are you doing under the bed? Share! Dude, he's going into the darkness. What are you doing in the darkness? Are you one with the darkness? I see you. Yeah, even though you're a part of the darkness, I see you under there. Fucking birds, man. Is that you telling me you guys want to go to bed? Huh? 'Cause you guys are under the bed? Or are you guys just foraging for more seed? Probably just foraging for more seed. But yeah, like even at the house parties that I've been to or the events, like we don't use red Solo cups. Fuck, I'm craving a margarita now. I'm thinking about my one buddy. He invited me out for a barbecue last summer, and he has a fucking margarita machine, and he made banger margaritas. And the margaritas were like so good. You couldn't taste the alcohol, but boy were they getting me fucked up. My dog thinks if he can't see me, I can't see him. I think my budgies think the same thing sometimes. That or the budgies are just intentionally being cheeky. Which is honestly a very big possibility. They definitely are very cheeky. Lately, they've been flying out into the kitchen area. Normally, they just stay in the bedroom because, like, they have free roam. During the day, I just let them out of their cage and they can do whatever they want. But normally they just stay in the bedroom where their cage is, But lately they've been coming out to the kitchen and like they'll do like a lap. They'll like fly from the top of the cake. Okay, Jesus. I just got told to shut the fuck up. No, but what was I saying? Yeah, they've been flying out to the kitchen lately. And like they're just being cheeky. And they've been going like on top of the TV or like on top of the fridge sometimes. And it's really funny when they go on top of the fridge because we have a couple of painted Warhammer minis on top of the fridge. And 𝙻𝙸𝙽𝙺, the one budgie, he kept throwing the one marine off. The one that was like painted normal, because the one that I painted it all pink and girly pop when I gave him a name and everything. And yeah, 𝙻𝙸𝙽 doesn't like the normal Space Marine, but he doesn't have a problem with Timothy, which is my pink girly pop. Space Marine. There's definitely times where like I'll see the budgies doing something they're not supposed to, and I'm like, hey, don't do that. And then they like look at me and then they go back to doing the thing that I just told them not to do. They like to test their boundaries. They're truly just feathered toddlers. Feathered forever toddlers. Except they're like way less annoying and way more cute. My budgies are pretty smart too. Like I've been like target training them. And I've been using millet to target train them because now that they're not like on a shit diet, they are very motivated by seed. So I can get them to like do more shit. But 𝙻𝙸𝙽 has caught on to like when I put the millet away. So like if I call him when I don't have millet, like he won't come over anymore because he knows. He's like, I saw you put away the millet, bitch. Like I'm not flying over to you for fucking nothing. I'm like, alright. Sometimes they'll still like fly near me though. And they'll like come hang out. Like today they flew out to the living room there while we were watching Apothecary Diaries. And 𝙻𝙸𝙽 landed on the table. And then he flew onto the couch and they were just kind of like walking around the couch. Both of them. And yeah, it was pretty fucking cute. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, the one night they flew out to the living room though, they like collided mid-air. That was the first time I've ever seen them collide mid-air. And like I was really worried, but I was also thought it was super funny. Like they were totally fine. They weren't hurt or anything. But it definitely like shocked me to see them collide mid-air. I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "You guys good?" Or like it was really funny to watch. Even Jimmy was like, "Oh my god, like, did they just collide?" But I was like, "Yeah, they did." We were fucking giggling at them and like low-key roasting them. I think they were like a little bit embarrassed though, because when they landed, they looked. maybe it was just like a slight like shock from the impact, but they looked very discombobulated and confused when they landed. When they landed. They looked at me like it was my fault that they fucking collided midair, and it's like, bro, like, you guys are the ones flying. I'm not in control of your flight patterns. This is very silly. My dog does the same thing when he drops his ball off the couch. I love when animals act like something is your fault when it's not. I don't know why, but it's so funny to me when they do that. It's like, bro, why are you looking at me like I'm the one that fucking did it? Yeah, animals are funny. They're very silly. My birds are being fucking crackheads still. I hear them like flying around, but I don't know where they're flying to. I think they're just fucking around near the cage right now. They like to sit in the closet though when they're like chilling together, and then I call them gay, and I'm like, you guys don't have to be in the closet. You guys can just be openly gay if you want. But they prefer being in the closet, I guess. And then they kiss in there. And then I'm like, you guys are fucking gay. I say that lovingly, of course. It's funny though, because like sometimes they'll like kiss and be gay, but then like a lot of other times like they're just intentionally pissing each other off. It's kind of funny. Like, Six will bully Cher almost. Cher will just be, like, chilling. And then Six will run towards him. And just try to shove him off of wherever they're standing on. And it's like, dude. Or, like, if I'm recall training them or whatever, or target training them, they'll fucking peck at each other. And it's like, bruh, stop fighting over the millet. There's more than enough for both of you. You ever just randomly realize that you're a literal living, breathing, sentient being with free will? Yep. Sometimes I think too much about how, like, I'm just like a pile of meat with electrical charges piloting a bigger pile of meat. And then I'm like, I have like a little like mini existential crisis, and I'm like, holy fuck. But yeah, I do. There's definitely like times where I think like that, and I'm like, oh shit. Sometimes I have to like do shit to express my free will. And the brain knows how to work, yet it doesn't understand how it works. Honestly, like, the way that like your body just like does shit is kind of insane if you think about it. Like, all forms of life are, like, insane in their own way. Like, for example, plants produce spicy to keep mammals away from eating them. But then humans tried it and was like, damn, this shit kind of good. So, like, we actively enjoy defense mechanisms of other, like, species. Which is insane. I've always enjoyed, like, psychology in the, like, respect of, like, what makes other people tick. I've always, like, enjoyed thinking about, like, like, what would lead somebody to think in this certain way? Real, like, who licked a rock and thought, let's put that on deer meat? Exactly. What's crazy is, like, a lot of food stuff like that was just done by accident. They were, like, preparing something else, and then, like, it either got fucked up somehow or some way, and then they were, like, oh, this has gone bad, but then they, like, somebody eats it and it's like, wait, that's actually kind of good. Like cheese. Cheese is crazy. Or, like, cornflakes were a mistake. They were trying to create something different when they were making cornflakes. There's, like, a whole documentary about it that's actually really cool, but they were trying to make like, a different texture or something, and then they left it in the oven for too long or something, and then it changed texture. Do I believe anything? Do you mean, like, religiously? I wouldn't say I'm a religious person. I would call myself spiritual. In the sense that, like, I'd like to think that there's, like, a bigger... I wouldn't say, like, necessarily a god. Maybe, like, a higher power. But, like, I don't know if there's an afterlife. I'd like to think that there maybe is an afterlife. Maybe. I don't necessarily believe in, like, heaven or hell, per se. I don't follow any, like, teachings. I don't worship any deities. I guess the best way to describe myself would be that I'm agnostic. Like, I don't know if there's a particular religion that's correct or not. I don't know if there's an afterlife or not. Like, I was raised Christian, but I wouldn't consider myself Christian anymore. And I don't believe in one particular god or anything, so I have nothing against people that believe in a particular god or anything, as long as they're, like, not trying to convert me. If I am curious about their religion, I'll ask, though, because I think religion is interesting in and of itself. Just for, like, the sake of, like, oh, like, these texts were obviously written by people, and, like, it's interesting some of the stories that they have, even if, like, they might not be real or not, whatever. Some of them are pretty interesting, A, and B, I like seeing how, like, I think, like, for any religious text that there's, like, some sort of, like, truth to it in a way. Like, not in the sense of, like, oh, like, there's a god or, like, there's a heaven or hell or whatever like that. But I think that with every religious text, there's probably at least, like, one good teaching. I feel like people use religion for reasons to, like, hate other people, which I don't like. But you know what, like, if your religion, like, brings you peace and comforts you, by all means. I'm not gonna be a fucking dickhead about it. But yeah, I guess I would label myself as agnostic. I don't know what exists and what doesn't. I'm not going to deny or confirm whether or not there's like a creator of some sort or whatever. I like seeing the sociological effects of religion. I think that's a very interesting study. I respect that. Yeah, it's very sad that religion divides people as much as it does. Yeah. I agree. One thing that I do like about a lot of religions is a lot of them have like a very cool aesthetic. Like Hinduism has a lot of cool religious art. Christianity has a lot of cool art. Shit like that is cool. But yeah. You know, like I said, like, I think there's, for each, you know, religion, there's probably, like, something that's just, like, a general, like, yeah, like, I can agree that is a good thing. Like, thou shalt not kill. I agree. That's something great, you know what I mean? I agree, that's nice, I like that. But, like, as for, like, other shit, there might be some, like, not nice stuff, you know what I mean? I can't, like, speak for a lot of other religions, I can only really speak for Christianity, because, like I said, I grew up Christian. But, yeah. I think the only reason why I would, like, want to believe in an afterlife is because I have personally had my own experiences where it's just kind of like, alright, it's a bit much to be a coincidence kind of thing. And, like, obviously, like, yeah, like, it could be just a fucking coincidence, but a very delicately timed one, I'll say. And then, like, for me personally, it's like, I don't know if I want to believe in an afterlife, because it's like, an afterlife, on one hand, sounds kind of cool, depending on how that afterlife is like. Like, if the afterlife is just, like, I'm spectator mode in Minecraft, I'm down for that. Like, that sounds cool. But if it's like, oh, you have to, like, serve this, like, holy being that, like, you didn't even know existed, or, like, oh, you have to fucking burn for eternity in hell. It's like, okay, like, don't know if I'm cool with that, but, like, yeah. I wouldn't mind, like, Minecraft spectator mode. I think that would be cool. If the afterlife was like that. You just get, like, a bunch of stats for your life. And then, like, you get to go spectator mode and, like, see what other people are up to. I think that would be cool. If the afterlife is anything like normal life with all the suffering and stinky shit, I don't really want to deal with it, if I'm being honest. That sounds boring. That sounds boring, and, like, it would drive me insane after a while. Or is it just, like, not being born? Like, nothingness? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know until I die, right? So. Like, I have no recollection of before my birth because I wasn't conscious. Or, like, before my consciousness was a thing, I guess. Why is it not going to the next one automatically? Yeah, I can respect all that. Very cool to hear someone's views on this outside of my community. Yeah. I just, I don't know if eternal life sounds pleasant. Thank you for talking openly. Oh, of course. I always, try to speak openly about it. About lots of things. I feel like it's hard for me to not just speak openly about how I think and feel about certain topics. But yeah, no, like, if your religion brings you peace, that's great and that's fine and dandy. As long as everybody's, like, respectful with each other, it's like, I'm all good. And I would, if there's somebody that, like, you know, is like, oh yeah, like, I believe in an afterlife and, like, whatnot, like, I'm not gonna go up to that person and be like, yeah, actually it doesn't exist. Like, I'm not gonna I would never do that. That's just fucking rude. That's just fucking rude. But yeah, no. I just try to be open to other people's perspectives. I recognize that, like, what might cause discomfort for me or other people may comfort others, so. But yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a night because it's 3 a.m. But I'm glad that I got the line art done on this at least. I'll be live tomorrow at some point and I will be playing. I know I have Dark and Darker on the, like, stream schedule, but low-key, so they recently updated Dark and Darker, man, and I don't even know if I want to fucking play that shit because it's kind of cringe now. I mean, the game is already kind of cringe, but it's, like, even more, like, significantly cringe right now because they took away the common lobbies, so now it's just, you can have any gear score right now. So I'm gonna get run down by people that are min-maxing everything instead of having a chance to do anything in-game. So we'll see if I actually end up playing that tomorrow. If I don't, I might play Counter-Strike or something, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you for hanging out, Raspy Dinosaur. Thank you to everybody else that was chilling with me in stream. I appreciate y'all. You guys are great and awesome and lovely. I will see you guys tomorrow for either Dark and Darker or maybe some other game. We'll see how I feel, but I will definitely be live tomorrow. And yeah. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night or your day, whatever time zone you're in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe, peace, and have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye!